Hello one and all, and welcome back to Catalysts of Chaos. I'm your Dungeon Master Dave. Join me as we once again tag along with our band of plucky adventurers and see what mischief they get up to. Now, without any further ado, let the chaos commence.
I mean, if you want
It's one of those things that...
On the way there, it was...
Yeah, it was probably one of those things that you didn't really think about until now. And you're thinking about, alright, we'll be coming up on the point where the caravan, was attacked, and then you sort of think, you're like, oh no.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, we should probably be a little bit careful getting closer to the town. And I don't know if anyone wanted to have a look at the foresty part to see if there's any, change in animal behavior or anything.
I haven't been bitten in a while. Does that count as a change?
I can bite you if you want.
I was hoping to just go into town first. Get dry.
Maybe have a bed for the night?
Yeah. Nice bed.
Fair.
You're right, being dry is quite nice.
Yeah.
Probably like.
So is there anything anyone wanted to do as they get closer to town, or are you just sort of trying to make as best as possible to get into town itself?
As long as the road's not blocked off from a fucking ambush, I'm going to just keep going.
No, you do not find any trees over the road
Good.
for any ambush or anything along those
No
lines.
burned out carriages.
Alright, but as you guys do make your way in and it gets to sort of... The morning passes and it does eventually start to clear up a little bit, like it goes from that constant rain to more of a drizzle to a slow where it's just overcast and you get the occasional little shower, but nothing too serious as it sort of gets towards midday. And yeah, so you're sort of making your way along the road and you see there's probably a decently sharp turn up ahead, which sort of indicates that it's probably the last stretch for, as you make it around that corner, it'll be the last stretch to make it into town.
Just in case it's required, Floxy is currently under my hat because she does not want to be in the room.
I figured that would be where she
Just
is.
for the record.
Yeah.
Stop.
I have a very strong neck.
Well, I mean, she's a flying creature, so they wouldn't weigh too much anyway, so that's always helpful.
Yeah, but still a cat sitting on your head all day. Walking for 8 hours.
I mean, after a couple of weeks, you'd probably just build up the muscle to get used to it.
That's what I'm saying. I have a very strong neck.
For a goblin.
Question.
Yes.
What's on the southern side of the road?
Southern side of the road is relatively open. You do go past the occasional stand of trees, but for the most part, it's fairly open fields.
Okay.
Yep.
I want to not be on the road,
Sort of off
the road on the right.
How far off are we talking?
Maybe a good 60, 100 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea going through the attack part if we follow along the field.
It will slow you down a little bit because it
Honey,
won't be hard ground. Like it points
It'll be
get a bit
sloppy.
sloppy.
Yeah.
But I mean it's either it's going to slow you down a little bit, which means you might get to town just after dark, or you can probably push through, but you might wind yourselves trying to do it.
Yep.
Yeah, we can try it.
So at the moment, it's supposed to say, I don't really want to be that close to this point on that road when we can't see what's going around the corner.
Are you talking like being off to the side of the road on a regular basis, or are you just talking about as you're coming up to the top?
As we come up to the
Oh no, that's alright then.
Okay.
Yeah.
There won't be any. Yeah, no. If I was more thinking if you were doing that on a more for hours at a time to be
Yeah,
off the
it's
side of the road.
just an idea of, right, there's the ambush, the point where things went bad for a bunch of people.
The obvious position.
Yes.
That's a very good point. Do you want me to get Floxy to fly up overhead and scout?
You mean the fox that doesn't want to get wet?
Yeah, she'll be fine. I'll buy her an extra treat.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Floxy! Sweetheart. Mama loves you.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You can't make me.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Removes hat.
You love me and you know I let you eat the eyeball from deer. I kill deer. I not even get to eat one eyeball. I give one to you. I give one to my brother. I am very kind.
What do you mean she won't do it for a Scooby snack?
What is a Scooby snack?
Basically an eyeball in this situation.
I mean, it's a rat testicle, but okay, close enough.
I mean, well, at least Princess Sparkle doesn't have any that you have to worry about her not trying that on. Okay, come on, Floxy. Let's get the hat off.
She's basically just caught up in the hat, just looking up at you. No.
I'll tip you out into a puddle.
Roll me a diplomacy or deception, your choice.
This is not a deception. I've done it before and I will do it
No,
again.
if that's the case, roll diplomacy.
I'm doing
It's a 9.
It's a 9. Do it. Coward. Yep.
I'm so glad you chose this option. Is there a puddle nearby?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of that.
Cool. I walk up to a puddle holding my hat, right? One hand on the broom, the other hand on the cup thing. I go up to a puddle, tip it over, and push it into the mud.
Okay. As you do that, she basically takes flight out of the hat. And you see her just looking over with daggers for her eyes. Yeah, it's a no-go.
Oh, fuck, now I have to clean my hat.
Accurate.
I clean the mud off my hat.
With precision.
She was just tricking me so I got mud all over my own hat, wasn't she?
Basically.
I deserve this.
Alright, so at this point,
Make sure she's high enough.
everyone roll perception tests.
Floxy as well?
Yep.
Floxy is red when rolling. Just for ease of purpose. 19 for me, and what is the Floxy? Yeah, alright.
19.
19.
13. 10.
Outstanding. You are not here to see things, you are here to hit things.
Same.
19 for me and 18 for Floxy. I think
Okay.
she also has scent, if that is important.
It's not going to be useful at the moment because
Smells wet.
basically, as you guys approach the corner, you hear a loud crack of thunder as the rain starts up in earnest again. Because, of course, it does. Anyway,
Ah, shit.
just 1 second. Just need to. That's 1. Perfect. Alright, so with the two 19s, as you guys sort of
So it's an 18 and a 19.
Yeah, no, well, with the two.
Oh, cool.
So taking that outside, you get a clear, much better angle going around the corner. As Floxy takes flight and starts making her way towards it, she's a bit disgruntled as she starts flying over there, so it takes her a little while to actually do her job. And as you guys move out and sort of get a nice angle, basically all of you at the same time notice the same thing. As it goes around the corner behind a relatively large tree is a cart that's been completely broken. It's on the ground, wheels have been torn off,
Of course.
and there is blood.
Oh,
Immediately drop into the mud.
Yeah.
it's raining. I would know about
With a 19, you would actually notice what appears to be a human. Well, it looks like a person. Humanoid. Hard to tell from this distance because of the rain. Yeah, it's a bit foggy. Not necessarily foggy, but like harder to see at that distance because you're about probably 50 or 60 feet away. As Floxy gets closer,
I would have also told her to keep a smell
Oh, yeah.
out for dead things.
yeah,
For the
that's right.
undead. Yeah, should be briefed on all of that.
As Floxy gets closer, she tells you that she can see there's a large amount of blood under the front of the carriage. Looks like both of the wheels have been broken off by something, she's not sure what. There's a couple of crates in there that have been broken, and the person that's near the cart itself is just sort of basically standing there, staring at the blood.
Shock.
If you do a little yip, do they hear or respond?
Don't seem to.
Do they smell off?
She can't smell from here.
Okay, I don't want you getting too close.
Yeah, she'd have to go down basically on top of them, maybe only 5 feet above them to be able to smell if there's anything off about it.
And their dogs normally have pretty good senses of smells,
Yeah,
but the
you've got to
rain,
remember it's raining,
Yeah.
so
And the radio's going down.
yeah.
pretty much.
It's basically smothering any scent that's coming up from down there.
Yeah.
You can actually see it's slowly getting rid of the blood as well.
So there's a person up ahead that Floxy said is just standing there staring
I
at
can
the
see
blood, but they're just staring at the blood.
You would all be able to see the shape, especially once you two point it out, because you both see it about the same time, especially with Flossie pointing it out to you from above.
Yeah.
Well,
And being able to point it out to these two, you'd be able. It's not that you can't see the cart and all that kind of stuff. It's just hard for you to make out
the shapes.
the shapes. Like it just sort of looks like a black blur to the two of you from
Yeah.
where you're standing.
Well, we better make sure they're okay.
Either it's a dead thing and we need to deal with it, or they're in shock and we need to deal with it.
Okay.
Well, there could still be danger around. We better get to them.
Yes, very
Okay.
much so. Floxy, can you see any movement in the trees, like in the forest?
Nothing she can see. No.
No? Okay. Thank you so much. I love you.
Can I come back now?
You can come back now.
Okay.
I'll clean you off and make you dry before you go under the head.
Thank you.
She comes back and just like
Yeah.
up to my arms and I give her. Okay, now stay hidden because it could be a fight if this is a dead person.
Right. So what is the plan from here?
Magic missile.
What?
You're in range.
No.
I mean, if you want to, that's an option. That's what I'm saying.
So, magic missile. I'll fan out magic missile.
Well, okay, if you want, you're in armor. Do you want to go and talk to the person? I can stand to the side. If they suddenly turn rabid or turn around and are like, oh, I want brains. Not like the way we do, but like an undead kind of wanting brains. Then I'll just magic missile it when it runs at you. And if it's a normal human, you can talk to it.
Yes, let's go talk to them.
Hey, fuckface!
They've just gone possibly through a lot of trauma. That's not the way to approach them.
Well, there's blood all over the road. Everything's been
I did shout that out,
ransacked.
by the way.
Yep.
Yep.
Nothing.
I mean,
Okay, well I head
That and you weren't subtle. Like they should have heard that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Got my hands around my mouth and everything.
Yeah.
yeah. I like Foxy did try to yip at them too, but no.
Alright, well I slowly. Do we have a map?
You do.
Is it?
I'm not showing it to you though.
Oh, okay, got it.
Not yet.
And okay. Well I start walking
I'm gonna
towards
try
the
to jump
person.
yeah.
I'm keeping a look out if there's stuff in the trees where I'm going towards
yeah.
the person.
So you start making your way towards them. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm
Basically, keep like maybe
I
5
just
to
said I
10
was
feet off to the
gonna
left hand
try
side.
to
or
jump
something.
with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm standing in a spot so that I can see the person, like that they're walking up to. So I'll probably go off to the side of it in the open space area.
Yeah.
So I have a clear line of sight in case this is something that we want to kill. So I can just in the face.
Alright, so,
Where's a rock?
and then there are plenty of rocks.
Right.
Are you approaching with these two, or are you going to stay a bit of a ways away?
I'm going to stay a bit of ways away. However, say, chucking a rock.
Alright, roll range attack.
Ooh, natural 1.
Natural.
Yeah.
Let's suppose.
Yeah, so it's wet, the rock is very smooth, so as you like go, you know how you do the whole quick like throw like that, as you go like that, it just woo, straight out behind you.
That's what I was expecting to cop that in the back of the head, so that works out well.
Oh, that one's gone.
Here you go.
Thanks.
But I think it's all I wanted to talk to them first.
Yeah, I was seeking his attention.
Yeah.
Theoretically aim for the big cart.
Yeah,
Or at least nearby.
Yeah, that's fine. Roll another attack.
Much better. 23.
23.
Or less because my agility is
With
less.
a 23, and you are quite a ways away.
It's a good old lob.
What is that? It
And he throws a rock.
is. You are. You're
100
looking
feet.
at about 60 feet. What's that, about 25, 30 meters?
Yeah. I mean, I can throw that far.
Yeah, I was going to say, I could probably throw that far. I'd probably hurt my shoulder because I'm out of shape considerably, but I could probably do it.
So you're
So-
only trying to hit a card. It's not
Yeah, so basically you just aim for the solid card. Sort of standing there for a while and you hear a thunk and you see the person turn and sort of look at the noise
Ah!
and then just stands there and stares at where the noise is.
Oh, they're definitely dead.
Body in shock.
No.
You two would see this, both of you roll me perception tests. Because you two are still pretty far away.
Ha! 6.
22.
Yeah. 22. Okay. So, you're walking towards them and you're just like,
11.
yeah, that's a person. Cool. You, looking at the person, see that they're basically half the side of their face has just been torn off. And there's like, their shirt doesn't, it's like bits. And there's like a large like chunk of their chest that has been like ripped and flesh has just been torn off. At that point you'd probably just stop and be like, ah yes, good. Alright, and with that...
I have
Then I would
bandages.
be prep myself.
Well, yeah, if you can kill it, I don't need to waste my spells.
I've noticed it. I would have stopped. Got you to stop if you were about to take another step forward, and then have my shield out.
Let's have a look.
That's a really nice book you got. Well, thanks. It has pockets.
Alright,
Pockets.
nice.
The way for girls. Pockets.
You don't understand, right?
I know, he's literally quoting the girl thing. He was like, I love your dress, thanks, it has pockets. Yeah, that's why he was doing it.
I got it.
But do you understand why we love pockets, Lily?
Pockets are great.
Exactly.
And
Why
they don't make it
pockets?
enough in women's clothing,
Mhm.
which is why
Buy
stuff like that
buy men's clothing.
sometimes you can't because of
I mean, that's your decision.
We're shaped differently.
shape. Yeah.
Like a shirt
What
that
if
fits
just
you
buy
across
a
the chest
coat
would not
that's nothing
fit.
but pockets?
Nothing but net.
Yep.
Nothing but net pockets.
I can't envision this.
Okay,
Like Hagrid's coat.
so that's what you can see at this point.
Not just pocket.
Yeah, but it's like 90% pocket.
You can see this humanoid standing at the cart, staring towards where the noise was.
Excellent. I'm pretty sure it's a trap.
Well,
That's alright, yeah, well,
trying to
we
zoom in,
stopped.
I'm just spinning.
I've made your brother stop too. And then I start to
They don't appear to have noticed you though,
And calm down, just spin.
because, you know,
Is what?
rolling above a 10 is not something that this thing can do apparently.
And in some cases, nor can we.
Hey, it's fine when you guys do it, it's not fine when I do it. It's how this works.
How do you zoom in and out? I like that.
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna try
if
and
you
get
use 2
your
fingers on a
eye
touchpad, it
to be
moves in
like-
and out of things.
There you go.
Actually, sorry, it's normally up and
If
down.
you can understand what that means,
If
but that's
you're
what I'm
on a
doing.
Word document,
I'm
you can
like
do that
pointing
little
at the thing,
scroll.
being like,
That thing, not dead. Okay.
The old man at my work taught me that.
whoops.
You shook your head when you went like that.
Yes. So I thought, like, you know.
Well, I mean, that is very technically correct. It is not dead.
Yes.
Slowly backing away. Cover up.
Correct.
Cover on.
I
Yeah.
mean, we're
alright,
here to
back
deal with
up.
this,
Crackers.
aren't we?
Cover on.
Crackers.
Just be like, it's,
Skullcracker.
they're undead.
Alright, let's go make him dead then.
Are we killing it?
Are you laughing at me?
For you guys to talk to each other, you'd have to
Yeah.
yell quite loudly
Yeah.
because it is rather noisy at the moment.
That's
Like,
why I
the
did
rain
that.
is definitely picking up.
I cast message. Message
Cool.
functions differently in this.
Okay, how does it work then?
Basically, you have to see someone line of sight. You cast message, it sends a message to them, and then they can send a response.
Have you done this to me before? Something is in my head.
No, it's not in your head. It basically is if they're whispering to you.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah. You speak out. It's like, and you can hear it. It's like, Well, at least that's the way I read the spell, the way the spell reads. It doesn't have a duration
Wouldn't
on it.
surprise me because it was bullshit the way it used to work.
Yeah, it doesn't have a duration written
Here's
on
a
there.
level 0 spell that basically gives you comms.
Essentially.
Pick a person.
Radio.
Send them a message. Alright.
But you have to see them.
No. So here's the thing, right? The way that it used to work was you could pick a number of people up to, I think it was like your level, and for the duration of the spell, you could just talk as if you were standing next to each other.
Right.
Yeah.
And because it was a 0 level spell, it was assumed you recast it unless you go into combat or something.
Or like a dead magic zone or something like
Yeah.
that. So it was great. It was fantastic. It was basically just infinite comms for the entire room until, later when you needed longer ranges.
However,
Anyway.
different means you don't have to be next to me to touch you to start the spell. So,
Yeah.
Azula, are we killing it, or do you want me to fire? Like, you speak, you can respond to a message.
Order
Oh,
6.
right.
I have limited spells. Are you right with your sword, or do you want me to hit it with magic to see if I trap a spring?
We don't know how powerful this being is yet, so perhaps assess us fightliners and see that first.
Well,
So
yeah,
we'll
isn't
go
that
in
exactly why
first.
we're here? Yes, we are going in first. That was
Well,
the entire plan.
I wouldn't hear her responding to me. She'd just start talking.
Yeah, she just started talking.
Yes, we are. That's the entire reason why.
Hand to you.
We got this. Crack Snuffles.
So let us go in first, observe from behind, and Lucille's also a frontline fighter, so if they want to join
That's your opinion.
Even with an axe,
Correct.
There
Yeah.
just scout behind in case any of the others come up. And is that alright?
I have to recast it to reply. I'm
That's
pretty
just a
sure.
level 0 spell. So
Yeah,
you can
just-
do it. At this point, you're not out meta.
Yeah.
You're not in combat yet, so you can basically prep. This thing has rolled horrendously. It is not going to see you until you guys initiate combat, essentially. Unless you do something ridiculous like, I don't know, shoot a flare at it. Then it'll probably notice
Like,
you,
which
but
I-
only probably.
Which I literally can. Well, yes,
That's
the other option is it looks like an enclosed space. This is a trap. We can just kill it with magic missiles, and if other things come out, you want to be in enclosed space to be chopped.
Good thinking.
Thank you.
Princess Sparkles.
E.
Go check out that bush and trees over there, see if they've been hiding it. Don't go in, just have a look around their edges and see come back.
Which one? The one on the left-hand side?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Roll me a perception test for Princess Sparkles.
So, hers is pretty something. I rolled a 17 on the die.
Okay. She starts making her way over there. Being a rat in the rain,
It'll take a minute.
basically invisible at this point. she can't be heard, she can't be seen really. She makes her way over there, and as she gets there, she hears the sounds of. She might originally think it's breaking sticks, but then she'd also hear the sound of like ripping flesh, and obviously the sound she originally heard was probably breaking bone.
Yep.
Yeah. Coming from the tree. So there's good chance there's something in there.
Alright.
So, we just stand here.
Yeah, they'd just be like, just hold on a moment. Princess Sparkles is doing a recon.
I'm sorry. You guys are using tactics. I don't think I'm prepared for this.
Well,
Maybe I can use my worst. Ooh, this is going to be fun.
I was like, wait a minute, Hendo's playing a character that's not a complete moron.
Holy shit! What do I do?
I was like, oh, dick, what do we do now?
if we're just standing here like idiots, I guess I'll just pop a squat.
Just
Yeah.
do the Asian squat.
Just,
No,
yeah.
the Russian squat.
Speak for yourself.
The goblin squat.
Goblin squat.
Speak for yourself.
It's like the Russian
I'm
squat,
lying
but like
prone.
slightly
Yeah.
further apart.
That's fine. Yeah.
Alright, I went for a rat to run backwards and forwards.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a bunch eating something in the forest just to the left.
Excellent.
She didn't get eyes on, she just heard the noises, but there's definitely at least one in there.
Yeah, there's definitely one or more in there.
Maybe come back here. Just come back. Just come back this way a little bit if you want, because there's a bunch in that tree off to the left, at least, eating something that sounds like bones.
Probably a horse.
Right.
Well, I don't know.
Right. Well, we're not hearing
Well,
any
that's
people
it.
screaming, so
On
unfortunately, I don't
darts.
think there are any
Unless you-
survivors.
Unless you guys want to start from where you are, I shoot the magic missile at this guy to start the issue, and they hopefully run to where he is.
Well, we are in a better position over here that we are in open space.
We are in open space.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's also pissing down rain, so we can just go around.
Yes,
We've
but
been sent to deal with these. We should probably get rid
yes,
of it.
the more we can remove now, the less we have to remove tomorrow.
Otherwise, it's just
That's an
backtracking.
excellent point. Yeah.
And tomorrow we will
20
have the
feet.
spells.
20 feet
Range increment 20 feet. Okay.
of darts.
So I'm not.
So 0 to 20 is no negative. 20 to 40 is -2. 40 to 60 feet is -4.
5, 10,
They usually
15,
have-
20, 25, 30.
Yeah, they've usually got 3.
And it's
Ooh,
better than
no.
I can throw. And it's behind the car.
Alright, we're gonna back up, Papa.
Or you stay where you are, we move slightly more
No,
behind you,
it's in range.
so they're less likely to come down
50
at us
feet,
if
so it
we go
would be
behind
your-
you a little
your-
bit,
your
and then I should.
Worst ranging
What would
from
you
it.
prefer?
But I mean, you could do it.
What do you think?
I mean,
Does anyone else have any other
Sweet.
range?
dagger. Not dagger, dart.
Oh,
I have 120 feet of range.
Well, she asked if anyone else did.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I'm holding my
Anyone
dart.
else Range? No? Okay.
I mean,
Macrack was probably your most proficient range with your short bow, but even that's not great. I mean, 60 feet brackets is pretty good, but
so.
Cool.
Be blasting them.
I'll move over right a little bit on the map, so then that way if something does come out of the trees to the left,
Oh, okay.
Do you?
Then-
I was gonna say I might actually move to the left onto the road so it's firmer footing. If anything
over
does
there,
come out of the
yeah,
trees.
no worries.
yeah.
Is that something I can
You guys are free to move yourselves wherever you want at this point.
I'll just hang out here.
So
Wow.
where would you like to
Because
go?
it's firmer than the sloppy
All the
mud.
way around that side, way down the other end of the road.
Wait, where
If
are
you want,
going?
you can.
I don't think we're leaving.
I do what I want.
Magic missile.
At what?
A zombie.
Well, it'll see you. It won't see me.
Well, it's a pretty good point. Yeah, I probably won't say you.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
And I saw I
It's
hang
like,
out here
okay.
scratching my
So you're
ass in the
leaving?
middle of the road.
Wait here.
Okay, we're waiting.
With the goop.
Yeah. So where are you heading to?
Probably just so where those trees are on the right hand side.
Yeah. Well, it's one big tree and a couple of bushes between it and the road.
Okay. So behind those bushes, about from the looks of it, about 5-10 feet back,
Yeah.
Yeah.
up here.
Oh. Yeah.
Are you being quiet whilst you're doing this?
I am crawling stealthily
Honestly,
through the goop.
Over something.
That plus that 14.
Okay.
Was this communicated that you were moving up? Or did you just all fuck off?
No, he said, hold on a minute.
Oh.
I mean,
Do you?
there's for him to communicate with either
Us,
Azula
yeah.
or the monk or Capron. He'd have to be yelling.
Yeah, that's
It
fair.
basically, he lets me know and then I'll shoot the message to you.
Okay, so you messaging to them. That's
I
right.
probably end up crawling behind you and you hear something like
Yeah.
in the,
Alright, so
the
you
mud
get
behind you.
to probably there,
Mm-hmm.
and you hear some kind of commotion coming from under the tree
Alright.
on the other side of the trunk.
Yep. Okay. Back up.
Yep.
Start drawing in the mud with the dart.
Go make a sweeping movement around there, so I'm still a good distance away, kind of going back in an arc. So, yeah, this way towards wherever that is.
There. You're going back here.
Yep.
Hey, you chilling here or are you going more?
Back to here, wherever that is.
You chilling next to
That's-
me?
Yep.
Right. There's more on the other side behind the big fucking tree.
Right. Okay. That's more numbers than I thought.
Just flick you a message. It's like, what's happening?
Scouting has happened, and there is more apparently in the other trees on the other side of the road.
Okay. Well, are you happy for your spots for me to spring right?
Well, I think it's better if we're closer together, so that if any of us are becoming outnumbered, we can help each other.
Mm-hmm. Flick a message to Kakran. So Kakran joined the other side, so he's on firmer footing.
Alright, well we can
I'm drawing a very poor picture in the mud.
With the current environment, sorry.
It was only a 4, so it's garbage.
You're doodling in the mud, like, there's not even any picture there. It's just you literally doodling. You're probably doing like the circles that you were doing in the meditations or something, like the Zen garden sort of thing.
Well, I'm hoping the wizard to be behind us.
Yeah.
But because me and
With the state of the soil,
Yeah.
would they be better off fighting on the road versus in the field?
It's not going to be particularly. It's not going to slow them.
It's not going to really change anything?
It doesn't change anything for this kind of. It would affect you if you were doing it long term.
I
For
moved
a battle, it's not going to slow you down too much.
Haley, for the battle, being on the road versus where you were isn't going to make any difference, really. So I can let Kakran know to move back to where you were, and it would give you more time to see what's coming and prep stances and things.
I mean, how much time do you need to prep a stance? You can prep one right now, can't you?
Well,
Because
you
we're,
can.
we're setting up.
Yeah, but that's what I'd be communicating.
Oh.
Out of character, yes, it's
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't do the voice.
Or do we attempt to sneak? I'm not very good at sneaking, it's not really my thing. Oh, sneak.
I am becoming the ground. It's camouflage.
Yeah. Well, you guys pick where you want to be, and then I will shoot the zombie.
I'm good.
Yep.
Crouch.
Nope.
Looking like a bush.
Yep. Do you
Axe in
two?
hand, shield in front.
So alright, you're gonna be like here then?
Just off the side of the road. Where it's still kind of scrubby.
Here.
Yeah. I'll look like a bush.
I'll go kind
Or
of
it's a
here,
very damp, muddy pile of grass.
and I like this idea.
Okay.
Take my hat off and dip it in the mud, and put it back on my head. Oh, Floxy, hold on a second. Hunker
You
down.
hear whimpering yips coming from inside the hat. She was not okay with this. This was not part of the arrangement.
No, I just put mud on the outside.
Doesn't matter, it still makes it cold.
And wait.
It's not like the hat, like the
It's not
hat is not
waterproof.
exactly waterproof. It's water resistant. If you put mud on it, it's going to make it uncomfortable.
Okay, so we need to get a different hat or get magic added to this one. Just climb down my shirt then.
She does. Alright,
Okay, you ready?
now. With the initiative order, because you guys are basically preparing this, you can basically decide how you want this to go down. You're obviously going to have to go first in the initiative order, that's non-debatable. Would the rest of you then like to have your turns and just prep actions for after the zombies come at you?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you going to go after the zombies in the order? In which case you don't have to prep an action, you can just have your full action, like your full turn.
I'm going to prep an action for them to come to me.
Cool.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'd say
I'm
prep
already
actions.
disguised as a bush, so.
We determined that bludgeoning was better for these, didn't we?
Slashing.
Slashing.
Alright, between bludgeoning and piercing, we determined that bludgeoning was better for these, didn't we?
No.
No, piercing.
Piercing.
Yeah.
Pop the eyeballs.
Piercing and slashing for slashing for zombies, they're actually less harmed by bludgeoning,
Yeah.
and it's the reverse for skeletons.
Oh, wolf
They're
stance it
more
is.
susceptible to bludgeoning, and then slashing is. Piercing is neither, but they neither gets a resistance to it either.
Alright,
Go with your
wolf stance it is.
Your wolf is. I told you, prepare your stance. What are you doing? You're drawing little pictures in the mud. Get up.
I can draw good pictures.
You do.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
The other thing is
Cousin Mike.
because
Get up
you're
when ready.
completely prepping the entire thing, you guys
Yeah.
can choose your initiative order.
I mean,
So can we just choose to function as a unit where after the zombies go?
So she
If
goes,
you like.
zombies go, and then
You can just have a group initiative if you like.
Sure.
I mean, that might be something fun to try. We haven't done that before, and it would allow for repositioning and stuff. And being at the back with spells, it might work better for me to clean up things at the end rather than staying first in the initiative order.
I'll have a crack. No idea. Well, I've got a rough idea on what it is, but I've never done it before. So let's have a
It would be too much for us to do until the zombies come close to us.
go. I mean,
No, so the idea is you prep an action, and when they get there, the action that you prepped, which could be, I'm going to do a BS attack on, as soon as a zombie comes within 5 feet of me, I'm going to do an attack.
Yeah.
And that'll happen before
Yeah.
they
So
have their turn.
basically, you can either prep one action, but keep your spot in the initiative ahead of the zombies, or you can have your whole action, but you would have to go after the zombies go. But that would mean you're permanently behind the zombies in the initiative order.
And it also means you don't get to hit them before they hit you.
Yeah. Okay. So what are you prepping?
Smack with an axe.
Smack with an axe?
nom nom.
Yep. Smack with a sword?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I've got my shield up.
Okay. If you would like to. Okay. Roll your damage.
Because it's magic missile.
3 darts pop out and
Yeah.
streak over towards the zombie that you've got visual on. As they do, you see its head immediately swing around because, like you've said, they're not subtle.
11.
Okay, I was going to say, was that 2 ones or is that like...
We did 2 damage on 3 dice. You wait, what?
I don't put it past that, alright?
That's normally on perception checks, thank you very much.
Yeah, well, you're right there. Alright, so, basically, as the missiles streak towards it, it turns its head. Seeing where the long drone comes from, it is now seeing all of you, so it's no longer surprise round, but we've already been there.
Yeah.
So as the missiles hit it, it basically just starts walking towards you. So unfortunate.
What?
Yep. So
What, do the others not notice?
no. They all notice.
Oh, it's fast.
No, it's not. That's as far as it gets.
Oh.
It's action.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. So we can talk about it afterwards, but that's where that one gets to.
Oh, it looks different.
Oh man, don't tell me this one. No. Unfortunate.
For you?
Yep.
It looks different too. They all look different.
Alright. Basically, 4 of these undead abominations shamble towards you, make it to you, and reaching out towards you, attempting to like grab hold, but
Oh?
so everyone gets their prepped actions except for Lucille because they didn't make it to it's trying its hardest, my guy.
Oh, no. What's that?
9 plus
7, I believe.
16 for Luke.
I think.
16
Oh, yeah,
hits.
this 7, 16.
Yep, so 16 definitely hits. Azula, your attack. Roll some damage.
Well, you'd be doing yours, so I can do
This
its
is 1,
piercing.
1d8.
Yep.
4.
Plus 2 for your strength.
Oh, yeah, 6.
6. Yep, so you slash into it
Sorry,
with your
just-
jaws.
I mean, I would have said the wrong numbers, I think.
The flesh is
Squishy.
supple and comes away easily, revealing like bone off the arm that you grab onto. But it doesn't
Not counted.
really seem to care at all.
It's not being counted as flanked, is it? 'Cause it's got mates.
No, well, if anything, you guys would be flanked.
Yeah, as I thought.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Azula,
13
You
to
only
hit.
get 1 for
13 hits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, roll some damage.
5 slashing damage.
5 slashing damage. On which one?
On the one that is on the side of me, not the one that's
Concentration
in
of
front.
force.
Yep, cool.
I mean, what?
You guys just
Okay.
like drop to the ground while I burning hands.
Wait, this sounds familiar. Duck! I told you to duck.
Sweet revenge!
He survived. Mostly. Kind of.
So because it's a hold action stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, at this point... Oh no.
What's wrong?
Oh no, there we go. It's all good.
Do you need to check the 20-minute camera?
Not for another 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, so you slash into this one and basically remove one of its arms. It just drops to the ground and just looks there motionless. The body and thing itself doesn't even seem to care. It just keeps trying to grab onto you and bite you. Okay, so back to the group. Who's going first?
What if it ripped off?
You should!
Just
Well, I'm going to rip something off.
Okay.
I mean, natural 20, so that's going to hit,
that
right?
is a natural 20.
On the one that you were attacking first?
Same one.
Yeah.
Oh, should I roll first?
4, so
Four.
that's 12 plus another 4 is 16.
Cool.
16 damage.
Is this your jaw attack?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you basically wait for it to like bite down towards you, and you like backhand
Just like the
grab either side of the head and just swing it around and just remove the head. It's nowhere near as difficult as the deer because this thing is decayed, and the head just comes off. You see, as you're holding it there, it's still like for a couple of seconds trying to like mash you before like whatever magic it is that's powering this thing just stops, and you just put the head on the ground.
Range attack, throw it at something!
I was thinking the same thing. Like, throw the head at the next one.
And that is it. Yeah, improvised weapon. You're yeah.
I have no idea how that works.
Basically roll attack -2.
-7, isn't it? Because it's the second attack.
Yeah.
So
Plus
-5,
another
-2.
-2 because you're in melee.
Yeah, so -5, -2, which is 7.
Plus minus another 2 for being in melee, so it's
Minus
-9
9.
total. To throw this head at the one that's basically standing next to you.
This is a terrible idea. That's a natural one. I go. It's still biting. It makes me grab my wrist as I try and throw it.
So basically, as you throw it, the blood, viscera, and rain all mixed together, it just slips entirely out of your hand and splatters onto onto the side of your shoulder, and there's just this stench as you sort of like look down at the monk with just pure disdain as he just
It tried to bite you.
he tried to bite you.
Actually, you know what? I probably wouldn't pay attention because I'm in fight zone.
Yeah.
I'm in fight mode. I
You,
don't pay attention to.
you would notice the thing hit you,
Oh,
but
yeah,
you wouldn't
yeah.
pay any much.
It's like it didn't
much
hurt,
attention to
so
it.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably the only one that really saw
Who's
that.
that?
He's got one more action he can take.
It's at -10 for a second, third attack, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, -9 works so well. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, that's a 20. Natural 20. So let me just roll that one. 3,
9.
9 plus.
13 total.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So you basically step onto the body of the one that you've just felled and punch straight. Are you using your punch or are you still using your jaw?
Still the tricky
Yeah.
boys.
Grabbing hold of this thing's arm, you just basically tear off all the flesh off its upper arm, which being that it's, from the upper arm and you didn't quite get it all off, basically just hangs down. But that arm just sort of like was out towards trying to attack at you and then just sort of... What was it? 13 total you said?
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's piercing rather than just
Yeah.
bludgeoning.
Alright. Who is next?
I told you that dice liked you.
Alright.
Yeah, there. But you're gonna wait for him.
You want to smack that one that's beside you first?
I'm just like, alright. I'm gonna use divine.
Oh, does that
Stuff.
flanking target one also?
Yeah.
Withdraw? Arm attacks also gain the trip trait.
Who's
Yeah.
that? You're not
does that one?
flanking the enemy.
No, I'm not.
No.
So flanking.
Oh, weapon search. Here we go.
Yes, I'm
What?
doing
Yeah.
weapon search.
So you raise the weapon up and there's this bolt of lightning that streaks down towards the weapon as it starts to glow white hot.
Yeah.
What?
I'm just at the background doing a little golf clap.
Yes, quite good. Yes.
Again, do it again.
Roll your attack.
That's an
That's
natural
another 20!
Jesus Christ! Plowing through it. Alright, cool.
You can not kill it.
Yay!
I mean,
So basically, the way weapon surge works is you gain a damage dice for the weapon. So instead of 1d8, you roll 2d8.
Yes.
You then double that, so you're rolling 48.
So 4 is my minimum I'm about to hit him.
Yeah. Plus 5 because it's slashing against the weakness. Plus your strength modifier doubled.
so,
So do
7
I bother
plus 4.
rolling?
I mean, of course, because we want to see how much damage you do.
Like, I'm doing math. Alright.
Oh no, I have to do math about my crit divine strike. Woe is me.
Excuse me, sir. It's called Weapon Search, not Divine Strike.
Well, the spell is called divine strike, which actually reminds me because that was used.
Hold on, Haley. I'm acquiring you more d8s because you need to roll 4 of them.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you can just times it by 4.
Wow.
this is what
Whoops.
What have you done?
There were 2 1s.
Good, good.
That's alright.
still 12.
Yeah, that's 12.
12 plus your strength modifier is 1,
Mhm.
so 2 is 14. Plus another 5 because it's weak to slashing, so that's 19 damage total. Yeah, so you basically
Oh, okay.
swing down the sword and connect with like the top right of its shoulder, and it just slices straight through as there's this holy fire erupts from where you slice through the thing, and it just bursts into flames.
Like a hot knife through, well,
But
liquid butter.
Yeah.
Decomposing butts.
And basically, the entire thing just burns to ash in a second, and there's not even a skeleton left. There's just a pile of ash on the ground that slowly congeals into like, yes, good,
That was my first turn.
yes. That was the
Second one.
first attack.
Second one is I turn around for where me and you are both hitting this person now.
Yep,
The other one around me. And go to hit again.
yep. So
-5 is
-5.
And I don't have my...
No, you don't have divine strike. Well, weapon search. But
in terms of divine.
That's a 9. Minus the 5, so that's a 4. Or something. Anyway, it's pretty low. So I don't think I
no,
get...
that's right. So yeah, you're still probably a little bit over swung simply because you were expecting more resistance and there was just nothing. So you probably overcompensated a little bit coming down with the second strike. What are you doing with the third? Yeah, you still have a
You
third
can
action.
do this.
does Divine Strike take an action?
Oh, actually, it probably does. Yeah, cast on 1. Yep, sorry. Sorry, that's your 2.
Oh,
That's your 3.
that's okay.
Alright. Hendo.
Right. Blorp me over to behind this other one that the other two are facing.
Okay.
Yeah, back there.
Down there.
We're flanking this fucker now.
You are.
Let's see if we can hit him with an axe.
Should be doable, shouldn't it?
We'll see.
I mean, that's surely that's
24 to hit.
So close being natural 1.
Unfortunately, it's just too much power.
It's like, you hit it so hard, you miss it in this dimension and hit it in another.
the axe moves
Alright.
so fast that it phases through the particles.
Yeah.
4, so 5. I'm assuming slashing because it's an axe.
Axes would be slashing, yeah.
So 5.
Yep. And with that, you basically carve this thing's back in half. You pierce quite deep into it and you feel it connect with the spine. And it basically just, like an accordion, just crumples on the ground. It's still like there, like the arms are still trying at the moment, but it can't move because the lower half of its body is just not able to do anything. So it's just like, and then after like a couple of seconds, whatever magic was causing it to move
Animate.
just gives up.
And then, theoretically, for the last one, I'll try and bring the axe down on its face.
All 3 of them are dead. Oh, but yeah, you can just cut its head in half if you like.
10.
With a 10 is enough, that's what you would need. Actually, no, technically I think it'd be 9 because these things have
Also, he's flanking, so he gets +2.
Yeah. But yeah, you're able, as it's still like trying to claw it towards the sky to reach up to you, you just bring your axe down into the middle of its forehead and just split it in half. Yeah,
So,
pretty much.
magic missile.
Your turn, my love.
Magic missile.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I can only cast it 3 times a day max.
Unfortunate.
Using Floxy's Dream Bonded Familiar.
Yep.
But that one will take 9 damage.
None? Yep, so you streak the missiles out towards it, impacting into the torso 3 times, and it just... It grunts and growls, you know, in recognition of the hits, but it doesn't seem to slow it down at all. It just keeps coming.
Like, I know those are carrots in that cart, but I keep on seeing artillery shells.
Of course you do. Alright, it is going to move over to here, and for the first time, we're going to get an attack against you guys.
Regret! For you.
Sure.
Quick, someone call an ambulance. But not for me.
But not for me.
Natural 20. Maximum damage. Oh, about the ambulance? Yeah.
Yeah.
If it could be for me, that'd be great.
Okay, so it is going to try and...
It's actually just under huge amounts of pressure.
Okay. So it's going to try and grab hold of you with its fist. See how it goes. That is a 19.
Just.
Oh,
My AC is 19.
Nice.
It just has to match, doesn't it?
yes.
Yeah, 19, that's a hit then.
Okay, you can't use the special action.
Oh no!
Take a absolutely phenomenal 4 bludgeoning damage as it slams into you with its fist.
Oh no, my hit points.
It like tries to grab hold of you, but with the rain and your just general physique, you're able to just sort of keep it from grabbing hold of you. Unfortunately, it is not able to maintain any kind of grip. Okay.
You're only supposed to take 1 damage.
Didn't you say 4?
Yeah.
Did you? Oh,
1 plus 3.
I'm so sorry.
It rolled a 1 plus 3. Back to you guys.
I mean,
I'm
I'm already
wasting-
here, so I'll just...
So you basically just turn around and just... Oh, no, you did.
16.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, alright. Plus 2, isn't it? 6.
6? Yep, so your first hit strikes out towards it. Again, just cleaving off bits of flesh. It is still standing, but yeah. It's got 3 large holes in its torso, and like the top half of its left leg is just missing half of its flesh.
Good, good. Minus 5. It's gonna hit anyway.
It's a 21.
Yeah, good. Nice.
With the -5.
Yep.
Alright. 10 damage.
Yeah, and with that, you basically grab hold of the torso and turn, and you feel the ribs just crack and break.
Like kindling.
And yeah, it just slumps onto the ground and stops moving.
Huh.
You will sort of take a second as everything goes quiet, except for the sound of the pattering rain, but after a moment, just continues.
So,
There is nothing but silence.
I guess we're good.
I removed the mud from the hat.
Okay.
Yeah, not quite good yet. Take the axe, hack off each one's head,
Yep, nice.
and then split the heads open.
Yep.
That's fair.
I just want to check if there's any other bodies around people.
Yeah, there was some chewing sounds over there, and some sounds of some ruckus going on over there, so...
So roll a perception test as you start
Looking around.
moving around
Yeah.
to search the surrounding area.
Was recent. What's it called?
Ha! I'm pretty sure I spotted whatever the fuck we're looking for.
Can you just stop?
He rolled another nat.
It's time to stop!
Alright, once the ones start coming around, and then
You
we'll
did
start.
get ones earlier though.
I got a few.
This is such a
Luckily, they were just in dumb
I'm
situations, which
assuming
it
it's
didn't really
not
matter.
That's
I stepped on a pointy rock.
Look, I chose well when I handed you dice, bud.
Alright, so
17.
17 total.
Yeah.
Alright, so people start spread out and search for clues, gang.
Yeah, not really. I rolled a 4.
Yeah.
I'm too busy cheering up Floxy.
So, where were you heading in particular?
The cart.
So you head straight for the cart, and
Yeah.
you're sort of just checking the surrounding area.
Oh, no, but you said there was chewing noises,
Yeah, the
didn't
trees
you?
that were chewing.
Alright, if there are
Yeah.
chewing noises, we should check that out first for danger. So
Yeah.
you go to one, I'll go to the other.
Okay. So you head to the closest one, you head to the further one?
Sure.
Alright. The closer one, as you get there, you see basically the bottom third of a horse.
Okay.
It's just there, like guts have been pulled, where it's obviously been, like the whole body has been ripped in half at some point.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like, you can see like chunks have been taken out behind of it. As you get over to the other tree, you see basically the top half of what looks like a human male, about maybe mid to late 40s.
Just-
Very chewed on.
Yeah, just like a caravan, or is he dressed in some sort of armor? Like with some sort of
No
body bags?
armor.
No.
Not particularly good clothing, but not exactly bad clothing. But then again, it's hard to tell as well because a lot of it's been
Yeah.
ripped. and
But most
dragged through
likely
mud.
just a caravanneer, not like some sort of
Mhm.
hardcore mercenary or anything.
Yeah.
Nothing else in the general vicinity?
Nothing that you can find. No.
Alright, well,
What are you doing?
I was hacking off heads and
Yeah.
Oh,
making sure they stay that way.
pat down the corpse. Just
Pat
to,
down the corpse?
Just to be safe.
Yeah, you'd find a bag jingles a little bit in his like top left breast pocket.
Oh, he's not using
It's
it.
only a small one, but seems
A bag's a bag.
relatively weighty for a person that size.
I want to see. I want to look around the cart and see if there's any other footprints around. Oh, I suppose it's raining now, but.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Roll me a survival test.
Oof. Alright. 14.
14? Yeah. You can see drag marks, but even they're starting to get swept away, where like blood has been dragged through the grass, leading off into the forest. That's very much starting to get washed away by the rain. Yeah, there's not really much in the way of tracks that you can see from here.
And the one going to the zombies, I want to see if they're newly dead or quite decayed.
Yep.
Considering the flesh sloughed off on the day, they're fresh.
That would be a medicine test. What are you doing?
I was gonna have a look around. Then the dice told me that I didn't really feel like having a look around. So
Yeah.
I was ensuring that Floxy was now dry and comfortable, but it seems like she is, so I guess I'll wander up over. I don't really know anything about undead. I mean, if it was occultism or arcana, I could, but this is more. Would
It is-
occultism?
Occultism would be one of the ways you could do it.
Alright, cool. Well, if I can do that, then I'm going to spend a bit of time examining the undead using occultism.
Yeah,
I
cool.
used medicine, I got 16.
You use medicine, got a 16. Yeah, so it looks like these bodies have been dead for quite a while. We're talking weeks here for these ones.
Alright. They ate the horse.
I mean, they're good eating.
What you get?
27,
27.
and I'd also be using Detect Magic as well.
Cool. With a 27,
Sorry, 25.
25, you would be picking it up on remnants of.
Is there any sort of like tether that shows that they were controlled undead?
They weren't controlled. You can definitely get that much. One thing you do realise is that they're not.
Tasty?
I was going to say, they're not chewing it.
No, it's hard for you to, because you, like you said, you don't have any experience with undead. You've read books about stuff and all that kind of, you've read books about like, the technicalities of creating undead and all that kind of shenanigans. But there's a difference between reading, to create an undead, You need this much of this, like, you know,
You need at least 2 dead bodies in order to make 1 dead body not dead.
I was more thinking about the Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh.
You need 14.6 grams of carbon, like this much saltpeter, this much lime. And all that. It's just- yeah.
Sounds like making gunpowder.
So, you know the theory behind making undead, but you've never seen undead in life. So it's
Like, you know,
taking
constantly.
it from theory into practice you've never done before, so it's difficult for you to get a grasp of it. Something about this, the way this whole thing, it's not intentional.
Huh.
From what you can gather with that role, these undead weren't created on purpose, essentially.
Well, that sounds implausible.
No, and with that, you know why. Basically, for that to happen, something infinitely worse necromantically has to happen, and it basically scars an area with necromantic power. And if that happens, it's essentially like there's a lot of necromantic energy left behind, and because of that, undead rise, plants wither and decay, all that kind of stuff. It's
Fun stuff.
basically something very bad, from what you can gather about this, just from the way the magic's interacting. Something very bad has happened near here.
I pull out my notebook and I start taking an aggressive amount of notes. Like under my hat, like this, so the hat can keep the rain off the book. I start taking as many notes as possible because I've never dealt with undead before. I want to be able to talk to someone in town, preferably that understands undead more, and I can give them a lot more of a concise report to find out what they think about the situation if I make an aggressive amount of notes.
Now, roll me an intelligence test.
I see you writing those notes.
Yep.
I don't know what you're doing. I put my shield up instead of using your hat.
That's a
I
9
have a shield
total.
umbrella.
Wait, hero point.
Yep.
I'm going to try hero point.
Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming we're nearly done for the night, so.
Doesn't
I
matter.
don't know.
Natural one, I'm gonna laugh.
Oh, fuck, I rolled a 4. So that's.
I mean, it's only slow.
That's an 8. That's so rough.
You know in your head the information that you're trying to convey. Getting it from your head onto a piece of paper that somebody else is going to be able to look at and understand is a difficult process, especially for you.
Oh, it's probably more likely notes so that I can verbally explain.
Yeah, but even in saying that, like, there's only so much you can convey onto the piece of paper that will be able to remind you of exactly what you've thought about in this instance. So at this point, it's going to come down to, I will not be helping you remember anything. It's what you can remember. Enjoy that.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Do you know anything about undead?
Yes.
Okay.
Like a training.
Can you just like examine these for me and tell me what you think? I don't know enough about undead. I have a theory, I have a thought, and that's not something that I'm going to vocalize yet. I just want to know, as someone else who knows what's going on with undead, what do you think of these? Can you examine them, please?
Examine the undead or your notes?
The undead, not the notes.
Medically, I examine them for...
You wouldn't know what she's talking about. So
Okay.
basically, there's multiple different ways you can make undead. There's an occultist way you can do it. You can do it through arcane magic, and you can do it through divine magic. Because she doesn't know anything about divine, but that's more your area, she's basically asking if you can identify if there's any kind of divine going on.
Like, I can do occultism and arcana.
Out of character, she's asking you to roll religion to see what that comes up with.
Yeah.
Cool. 10.
Mhm.
10.
10?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of difficult because there's not a lot of magic left. A lot of it's dissipated by this point. and it doesn't necessarily give off a divine sense to you. You can sense something there, but it's not divine from what you can understand.
Did it feel more occult or arcana?
Not to you.
Magic? Did you feel that?
No.
Okay.
Question.
Normally it has a certain ting one way or
Yeah.
the other. Didn't really. Yes.
Was there anything inside their heads?
Yeah.
Brains?
Yep.
Damn.
Rather decayed looking brains, but brains nonetheless.
Yeah, I was going to make a joke about them not having a lot going on upstairs.
But they don't anymore.
Well, the state those brains are in there, Jim.
What do you think of Zula?
I don't sense much in the way of divine magic here. So it could be the other two, but I'm not feeling much. But whatever magic was in here has left. I didn't check them straight away.
Okay.
Maybe if there's a live one we come across again, or a more
Are you
recent
That
one, I can
would
check it.
definitely be something, like if it's still alive, like if it's still in motion, and that means the magic that's motivating it is still present, so that would be the best way to identify what's going on, because you'd be actually able to study magic in motion.
Okay, if I hand you my notes, because I don't really know enough about undead to explain it to somebody else, can you have a look at my notes and see if you understand what I've written here? No, because I know I'd be showing someone, so I write them in common.
Okay.
Can you have a look and see if this makes sense?
Okay.
What?
Roll an intelligence test.
9.
Yep.
I've been pretty ready.
These are words. You think? It's hard to tell. There's a lot of stuff going on there, and yeah.
There's like a density of squish factor written. There's like a particular odor from this thing. There's the metallic tang to the detect magic.
Yeah, there'd be this line that just makes completely no sense to you whatsoever. It's something about the dark void grasping at what it can't hold, or something like that, and you're just like, what are you on? Just,
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah?
Okay.
I apologize. Maybe it is a communication barrier. I know it's both our second languages.
That's alright. They're probably really shitty notes, but that's okay. Either way, there is a very big problem. I would recommend we leave here now and maybe talk about it in the safety behind the walls.
Okay.
If that is okay.
you would know it's not near here. You'd be
It's
able
not
to
near here?
sense it if it
Okay.
was.
Alright.
All the trees are alive around here as well.
Yeah.
Right, true.
Like, there, you would see signs, like the trees would be dead, the grass would be desiccated and gone. You're probably even you and maybe even the other two that aren't magically aligned would probably even still get a feeling of, you know, that either like being watched or like that cold shiver that runs down your spine. Yeah, just.
Because I've dealt with that well in the past.
Yeah. You would see signs if where the site was that this had happened was around here, you would know. And it's not, so.
Yeah, guys, there's something really bad. It's I think it's a lot worse than we originally thought. I can tell you about it here, or if you want, we can talk about it as we walk to town, as it gets darker. But these undead were created by accident. These are not intentional undead. They are the byproduct of something much more terrible.
Well, that is how I would operate if I were going to do it.
That's one way of doing that.
I feel like this is where we need to talk to a cleric.
Like one cleric, please.
I would like more than one cleric, please. I would like a buffet of clerics that can stand around me so I'm safe inside the circle.
Didn't you have a cleric?
Yes, where is your cleric? We need a cleric.
He's enjoying the festivities as he could.
That's very irresponsible of you to leave
Bring
him
him with
behind.
us.
You would be very useful right now. Okay.
I want to look at the person that you said is behind the...
Oh, he's not getting back up.
I know, but
Why is that?
I would like to
He's
bury
very
him.
dead.
Oh, I thought he might have like, broken his leg or something.
What was that, sorry?
Well, he might have. I don't know where the legs are, but they could be broken.
I mean, it's entirely possible.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's go loot that car.
I also want to
Yeah, I'm working
see if
on it.
I know them. I know quite a few merchants along the road.
Oh,
Yeah, so
I
you
know
know
everyone.
everything.
Yeah.
yeah. While
It's
they're,
not someone that you recognise.
while they're dicking around with their
Ah.
notes and shit, I'm going to have a squizzle at this cart
Just
too.
a,
Yeah, same.
like a
I can't miss
lesser,
anything.
well-to-do
Oops.
caravan
That's
person.
Yeah.
By the way the cart is positioned, it looks like they were at least heading towards town, so
Yeah,
they might not even be. They might not necessarily even be in a caravan, or they might have been somebody from town who's just getting some supplies or something like that.
But they should know that. Not for alone, so I imagine there were many.
Yeah.
Some people don't have a choice. Not everyone can afford protection.
Also, there's more blood here than would be for the bits you found. It's not necessarily that he didn't go alone.
Yeah, I'm trying to make that
Yeah.
connection of how do I find out there's
You
more.
did say before that there were drag marks leading off into the forest.
Yeah, but
And
unfortunately.
then this says, like, you haven't even found the bottom half of this man. The bottom half is just gone.
Yeah.
And it's not like there's bones there that you can see where the legs are. It's the bottom half was literally torn off at some point and has been removed from the area. Yeah.
I include this in my notes about potential behavior of the undead if body parts are missing, but
Which that's also a bit, especially with even with your 10, like, you understand how undead work. There's mostly just one way of looking at it, which is that they're created through magic and they're sustained through magic. They attack things because that's what they're supposed to do. They're basically automatons. They're like a golem. They basically, have a very base sense of how the world works. Like, they've still got their instincts, essentially, so they can attack things and whatnot. You don't get why they're eating. Like, it doesn't make sense. They don't need the sustenance. They're sustained by magic. Doesn't.
are they?
Well, yeah. Well, as far as you know.
Normally they're sustained by
Normally they're
magic.
sustained by magic, yes.
Are they sustained when they're a byproduct of something else's creation?
Want me to find out? Go and find out.
Exactly. Yeah, that's one way to find out, is to go and find out. Yeah, correct. I cannot fault your logic, sir.
This is very true. Considering she couldn't understand my notes, I'll flip to another page and I'll just start again, but this time I'll write it in Goblin so it's easier for me to understand.
Sure.
And I'll just retake a bunch of notes. It's probably going to do literally nothing,
Yeah,
but
not
I'll
gonna
just
do it anyway.
everything I've scrambled down, I'll put in a more concise form.
Sure. No worries.
Ah, yes, the glyphs.
What's in this car?
In the cart,
Yep.
so you start looking through everything.
16.
Yeah, from what you can
18.
see, the smashed open crate that's on the front looks like it was full of carrots that have just spilled out onto the ground and have started to rot. So this cart has been here for a little while. Probably guessing at least 4 days, maybe even a little bit longer. You can see that there's another crate in there, as well as a couple of chests. No, sorry, not chests, barrels towards the back. So you sort of look over, lift the lid on the crate, and this one's full of potatoes.
Why wasn't actually sticking with stew?
Potatoes look like they've had a bit of a better time. They're still not too bad. Like, they're, growing their roots a little bit,
For 4
but
days, potatoes would be fine. They
Okay.
still have ages.
Depends how long
Yeah.
they've been in storage already.
True.
yeah, you also have to remember that normally they're stored in a dark place. These have been out in the sun during the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're in a crate, but the crate has been in the sun, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't think of that one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Also, no fridges.
Who puts their potatoes in the fridge?
Me.
Yeah, sometimes
Keep them in a plastic bag in the fridge.
can make them last longer. The barrels at the back are full of. One's full of apples. One's full of probably oranges, and the last one will be full of lemons. The lemons and the oranges still pretty fine. The apples have started to go a little bit If you left them in here, they might even transition to cider, but they're starting to go a little bit.
They're more at the cooking stage.
Yeah,
than the fresh
definitely,
consumption stage.
definitely. They'd probably be at the perfect consistency to mash up and use in like an apple pie.
Nice.
Yeah, but definitely getting beyond the just grabbing one out of the barrel and chow down.
I was like, grab an apple.
Yep.
Grab a few of each of the other things.
Yep.
Hey, Princess Sparkles. I've got a mushy present for you.
She's pretty keen. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you look.
Eek.
Was it an eek or was it a little bit more of a hick?
Probably a hit.
Yeah.
Ah, yes,
At least some of that apple has started to ferment.
Yeah, I'll find a nice looking apple for Floxy since they are herbivores.
Yep, go.
Omnivores.
I was about to say,
Yeah, I was
what?
gonna
Considering
I'm
the-
concerned why you're feeding it meat then.
Some people are
Well,
about
that's-
as intelligent as a vegetable.
Yep.
Or an apple, in this case.
Yeah.
I would do the same. After I bought food,
So,
I could.
What is the monk doing?
Oh, I was holding him through the crates.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so same thing. Des was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured you were going off my 18. I'm like, oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Waste not, want not.
Yeah.
Lid back on the barrel. Ah, fuck this. And just leave it on the road.
I mean, the lemons are still pretty good. They're, what, like a bit more of a delicacy?
It's also a barrel of lemons, like
How heavy is a barrel? Barrel.
barrel.
Yeah.
Pretty heavy.
Pretty heavy.
This is like a 44-gallon drum.
Yeah, it's a proper 44-gallon drum.
Yeah,
of-
but if him and I took a side each,
No.
Mm.
Oh, well, you probably could. It's going to slow you down.
It'd be like me just rolling it down there and I said, this thing is heavy.
Yeah.
And the cart is unfixable.
You probably could fix it if you were, say, a cart right and you had the right tools.
And if we could had
You
some
would have to
tools-
replace the axle.
Ah, so if we had replacement parts, knew what we were doing, had tools, we could fix it.
Yes.
Ah, excellent.
Yes.
And a horse.
If you were, say, an expert in cartsmanship, you probably could. Or if you, say, had mending
Yeah.
and probably a couple of hours, you could get this thing probably working again. But
Ah.
also, that would leave you with the issue of you would have a cart.
Yeah.
And no horse to pull it, so which means that
No.
manpower would be...
We have a third of a horse.
Oh.
How fresh is that?
It's not animated.
Not yet.
I'm gonna say how much.
Very much not.
not yet.
I mean,
I mean-
I still
I mean, actually, you could try.
have some bandages left.
Create Undead is a 3rd level ritual.
Not around me, you ain't.
It's okay, it's just the back that's a horse.
It is, however, considered in most circles an extremely corrupting act.
Just imagine a pair of horse legs just walking around.
Yep.
Nothing goes in the front end, but crap still comes out the back.
Yeah, of course.
For me, would that be occultism or arcana?
It would depend what kind of ritual you've got.
I don't have a ritual, but I'm now mentally
No,
working
so
it
the
out.
way rituals work is you have to study a ritual to be able to perform it. You can usually find a ritual, so there would be create undead rituals for a divine caster, an occult caster, or an arcane caster. There wouldn't be one for the primal casting because
Don't want to deal with that.
yeah.
Is there a shovel of something in this car? Some
There
sort
wouldn't
of
be any
tool, like
tools. No,
anything
sorry.
like that? Could is any of the planks of wood or something just broken apart that I'm easily
Oh
able
yeah,
to grab?
yeah, there'd definitely be some.
Okay, because I'm gonna start
If
using
they're
a
not
hole
already
to
broken
bury.
apart, you could definitely break one off that would
Yeah.
be usable.
Yeah. I'm gonna start trying to bury this guy.
Oh, yes, an
Oh, yeah.
unmarked grave.
You mean not all of them?
There's only half a guy left.
Wait a minute. Yeah, that's all.
Just put them all in the one slot hole.
Oh,
At least
you
they'll
mean
be like
yeah, that's true. They used to be people.
exactly.
I-
Glory or religion?
Nah, 18.
If what she's telling you is right, you probably don't want to bury them. You'd want to burn them. Burying them might be bad.
We have some wood.
That's true. Alright.
We have like an inbuilt flamethrower.
This is correct. I can
Oh,
fluff
and
these
it might be best to
flames.
burn the cart anyway because it's in the middle of the road.
The card would be
yeah, that's
fine.
fine.
It's. I mean,
Is
would it
reduce
be?
flame a 0 level spell?
Yes. I also still
You
have
could
burning
use
hands.
that. It would probably take you about 20 minutes per corpse to be able to use that to burn it to ash. But you could do it.
Put all the dead bodies in the cart.
That's what
Set the
I'm
cart on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an option.
Exactly. Start with burning hands. Go crispy. What? I can do burning hands, right? And then I can use Floxy to allow me to cast. Oh no, I've cast magic.
We get all the food we
I
can
can't.
first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Alright.
take all the food off the cart.
So you top up on food with
Yeah.
the oranges and the lemons.
Yeah.
Pull the
If
cart
I can
off to
find
the
any good carrots, I'll have them.
Roll me a perception test. Because there are still some that were covered.
5.
5? Nah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That
Yeah,
one.
they're all, you know when carrots get to that point where they're no longer solid, they're a little bit rubbery, and you're like, I shouldn't be eating this, but I am anyway, and you're like, yeah, nah.
Alright. So
Starting to go a bit
A
green.
little bit wrinkly.
Yeah. Nah, not these carrots.
No, just kidding.
They are, in fact, no bueno.
They are almost undead themselves.
Yeah.
speaking of that, if we're burning the cart because it could be corrupted by the magics, do we really want to eat the food? Wait, detect magic on my lemon.
There's no magic with the food or the
It's
cart as a
Yeah.
whole.
Okay, the
I
food
just
is
want to
fine.
burn the cart because it's in the way of the road.
Yeah.
Pull it. Oh, can I please get some help?
Doing what?
Moving the cart and putting the bodies on the cart to then set fire to the cart and the
I don't
bodies?
think we'd bother moving the cart. That's quite a feat.
Why would we set fire to it in the middle of the road?
Because
Because
you
then
said
it'll burn
fire
to
to
ash.
the middle of the road.
It'll
It's
burn
easier
to-
to move
yeah.
the bits.
It's also been someone else's problem.
Yeah, well, that is an option. That is the point.
Well, actually, this is helping those in the future who need to use the road, so then they don't have to get rid of this.
Okay.
But I will start picking up bodies of the
Beautiful.
zombies.
Yeah.
I know you're not going to like this, but I can clean it up afterwards. Can we use your shield to help pick up some of the slop that he made?
What did you make? Oh, the heads.
Yeah, all of the heads
Yeah.
that are in hearts and bits. If we like scoop the mush onto the shield, we can transport it there, and I'll clean it.
You're gonna
Just
clean
use a wheel.
But that has
Yeah.
holes in it.
No. These are
Oh.
all wooden.
Which means they'll be big and fucking heavy.
Yeah, they're not small.
Plus, a shield normally has a little bit of a bucketiness to it.
Yeah, if you turn it up and used it, yeah.
Yeah, you'd use the inside.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now I got a better idea. That barrel that we had, it's like, poop, up and do.
Oh, you're gonna
There we go. Now all the fruit's on the ground and we have a bucket. Barrel. Fuck.
Yeah, there'd definitely be enough there that you could put it in the barrel, but it wouldn't be enough that it'd be problematic to with the barrel without having to sort of like tip it over or anything like that.
This is very
Two of you can carry it pretty easily. Yeah.
excellent. We should probably grab the horse. The horse?
The bits.
The bits
How
around
fresh
the
is
horse?
the horse?
It's pretty ripe.
Ah, never mind.
It's not going to be good eating.
I was
Big
hoping for
one.
an easy snack.
No,
No.
I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing you've ever tried to eat,
I mean, we're also not short on food at the moment.
but also there's a lot of bites that have already been taken out of it.
Yeah.
We're also not iron gut goblins.
Yeah.
If we were, it would be fine.
Yeah.
How much rations would you say we got from all that fruit?
Well,
In itself, it wouldn't necessarily be a ration, but you get one ration's worth out of it because you'd be able to use it with your other rations to spread it out.
Supplement with the other
Yeah,
two.
basically.
or take some in and trade it in the
I don't know,
market.
man. All those potatoes. A lot of potatoes.
Taters, precious.
Taters!
Boil and mash and stick in a stew. Boil and mash and stick in a stew. Potatoes. What?
Good.
Yes.
All right. So with that, you pile the corpses onto the cart.
Get all the goo going.
Yep.
While they start bringing stuff over, I know it's probably kind of futile because of the rain,
Yep.
but I'm going to try and prestidigitation out some of the water that's soaked into the cart so it burns more easily.
You can definitely do that, but like you're doing it to like this much of the cart at a time. So to try and do it to the whole cart would take you hours.
Then
But
I'll-
whilst they're going
Yeah.
and doing it, you can do that to make it like you get like a spot maybe like that, which would be easier to light to start with. So,
yeah, especially sort of like more in the middle with the barrel.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the barrel when they get that over there, just so that there's a good burn point. I know I won't get the whole thing, but
Yeah.
it's going to be better for me doing that rather than trying to. round up Sludge.
I mean, you are one of the strongest members of the group.
Do you want me to pick up Sludge?
Yeah, if you want.
As a group, we acquire everything. We get it to the thing.
Pile the corpses onto the cart, and it takes you probably a good half an hour to get the thing properly going.
Well, while she's igniting that, I'll pry this bag open and divvy up whatever's in there.
Yep.
Cool.
So you'd open up the bag, find there's $10 inside.
That doesn't divide evenly.
It does with our copper.
It does with silver, if you've got silver.
I mean...
Do we have money? I thought we gambled it all away.
I
have 5 silver.
What are you? These bloody money bags.
It's our money.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, that's right, yeah. I forgot about that.
There are 5 of us.
Well,
Technically.
Marknite isn't here.
one of them isn't here. At the
That's
moment.
right.
You can't hear
I'll hand out 2 to everyone and I'll hold them here till next time I see him.
Alright.
Yeah.
That's-
Well, you are his friend, so that makes sense. Yeah.
That is a good way to do it.
All right.
Cool. Burning hands.
But yeah, with that, you set the cart alight, and it does eventually get going and starts into quite a roaring inferno.
Cool. If I rest for 10 minutes, I can use my
Thank you.
points to regain burning hands.
Yep, cool.
Focus points, that's it.
Yep. And with that, you guys would head off, heading on the road further in towards town.
Yeah. I think we stop.
I just gave you all the money.
Yeah. The only thing I was going to say is that there would be anything else that happens between here and getting into town. So basically, we will end the session with you guys arriving at Ashburn.
Ashbourne!
Ashbourne!
Ashbourne, we made it!
What a dump.
Oh, look, we get to see a map of Ashbourne! Sweet!
No walls or anything.
Nine. Sorry.
How many of these did you open?
Oh, more than I meant.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Oh.
coming up.
Now, hopefully there are people here.
Yeah, I'm getting motion sick. But maybe Rob got the dick again.
Living ones.
Hey!
Yeah! No undead ones.
Oh, I figured there'd be a bunch of undead ones.
Oh, just undead town.
Yeah.
It's such a waste of a town.
No.
I mean, no, that's just free real estate.
Yeah.
It's free real estate.
We just
So
make a big commotion in the center of town where we've got a whole bunch of flammable materials kind of stockpiled.
Draw all the undead bastards in and blow them to hell.
And then just
I think it'd be better in the mine. I think the mine would be a much better
No,
place
that's a
for
Oh
them.
god, you
income.
don't want to fill a mine with undead.
Yeah.
Call this a mine!
And that is where the chaos ends for this episode. Stay tuned for more adventures next time.